Cheers.
We're getting good at that now.
On point.
It used to take us a couple tries.
A couple tries, head nod, but
Yeah.
we're right down to the scientific method of
Yeah,
it
we're
now.
back with the nitty gritty, you know?
Nitty gritty. Last week was a little bit of a shorter episode.
Yeah, no, I was talking to Eric about it the last week, and it was just something about her energy wasn't there. Something about, I don't think we came fully prepared for it. So today we're going to show out. We're going to fully show out today.
You got to, or go home type thing.
Yeah,
you know?
shut out or shut up or what is it?
Shut up or go home?
I don't know if that was like shut up or show out.
No, I'm not sure.
Something like that.
We'll go with it. We'll roll with it.
It's great to see, weather's coming around nicely in Michigan. We're coming up on 4th of July, coming up here shortly.
Couple days, 4 days away.
Today's the 1st, right?
For my neighbors, it's been 4th of July for the past 3 days, but
I think that's our whole fucking area.
it's like, where do they... Everyone's broke, but when fireworks season comes around, everyone's got money to spend on fireworks,
Everyone's ready to go in debt for it. And I was going to say that they even created, it was the first time I heard about, they created new laws in Michigan about when you can start, when you have to stop by, how much you can shoot, how much you can't shoot. If there's over a certain amount, it's got to be licensed and this and that. Literally,
the township I live in, they came out with a post that was like, if your dog can't sleep, doesn't stop barking, don't fucking call us.
Oh, that's crazy.
If you can't sleep at night, don't call us until this date.
Yeah, right, literally.
Like, don't bother us with this fireworks stuff because we already know it's coming type of thing.
Exactly. Yeah, what are we going to go hit every house and tell them they can't shoot fireworks?
Right. I mean...
They're not.
For excessive amounts of fireworks, I don't know why they started last weekend, but like...
Dude, I don't know. People have been literally going since Memorial.
Like my neighbors and I had a full fireworks show on Friday night and Saturday night. I'm like, wow. Haven't seen you guys all year round, and then you got 3 kids and now you're lighting off fireworks in the backyard. Wow.
Well, there's some people that, speaking of, we haven't seen all year round. Some people haven't seen them in 10 years. Let me rephrase a little bit. Currently, one of the biggest lawsuits in sports history happening right now. It's going to be happening between the NFL and the people who subscribe to Sunday Ticket? Or
Sunday Ticket. Zone? I think it's both.
So Sunday, correct. Any program that NFL sold you to be able to watch their games, you are now eligible, and you are already pre-submitted for the settlement out of the
settlement.
Yeah, for the settlement.
Cool.
So anyone who's had Red Zone or NFL Ticket from 2011 all the way to this year will get a reimbursement of $347 for every year that they had it. So if a person had it for all 13 years from 2011 till now, they'll get a reimbursement of around $3,700 and $3,700, which is almost $38.
It's sweet when it's all said and done that they're gonna get that amount of money back. But when you look at how much it costs to buy buy Sunday Ticket for a year, it's like, what was the point?
It's $340.
It's $300 it's probably more now. It was $340 last year, so it's probably $350 this year. So they basically got free Sunday Ticket for how many ever years plus an extra $20 a year for inconvenience.
Well, so it was interesting to see because I remember when it first came out with DirecTV and all those people. They're offering Sunday Ticket as like a new unpacked for $99.
Right. Same with YouTube TV does it. Yeah.
And
it's like, it's sold as like every and all inclusive games you can watch.
So that's the thing is right now NFL is trying to appeal. For people who don't know, appeal means they're trying to go against the decision.
Right.
And they want to really break it down to a whole different level. They want to determine on who gets paid out by how much. Some people should be getting more than others. They don't want any bars or any establishments, I guess you could say, getting paid out for it. They only want your direct consumer.
They're just buying time. That's what I like to call it.
I think so too, and it's interesting to see because they had to pay out. I think they paid their lawyer almost $300 million because of them losing this suit and because of how much it's about to go into, and that's a great thing about being a lawyer is win or lose, you're getting paid. No matter
win or lose, baby.
Yeah,
it's money day for you.
Oh, I swear to God. As if they won, he would have got paid even more. But $300 million check between what is like probably a team of 50 lawyers. They all break it down. Each person gets
50 is probably an understatement. I would say there's probably a lot more being it's the NFL.
No, but each person's getting a nice check.
Nice check for sure. Yearly salary for sure. Easily taken care of.
That's 100% agreeing. I think so right now they're getting sued at $14 billion. If they do appeal, what do you think they could get it down to, Eric? I think personally, the lowest they can get it down to is about $11 billion. Because I think they're going to try to show that after a certain amount of years we did live up to what we promised, But then we had to start to compete with other people.
It's a touchy subject.
It is.
Because we just dealt with this in the real estate industry with the whole NAR settlement. NAR ended up settling for close to $500 billion or $1 million, I believe it was. The NFL, I think, is worth a lot more money than NAR.
And did something a lot worse, too.
And, yeah, technically ripped off a ton of people.
Yeah.
I don't think... Well, if they appeal it, yeah, they'll probably have to pay probably close to 10, I think.
Because if I'm not mistaken, I think that they said that there's an average of... This is a pretty big average, but I think it's 33 to 40 million people every football season tune in to watch football. And that's like consistently. That's like their viewers.
That's probably like a low average, bro. Because the Super Bowl,
no,
yeah, okay, I was gonna say because that does like 100 million.
No, but half the people who watch it don't even care for football. Or they've never even watched a game.
I see what you're saying.
Like my mom personally, right? Like she'll
watch the Super Bowl. Though.
She'll always watch the Super Bowl.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
But she will never watch a Lions game. Unless me and Kevin make her, and like we sit down there, like we're all watching as a family on Thanksgiving.
Gotcha.
That's the only time she'll watch football.
Okay.
But like Super Bowl, I don't even have to be home. She'll turn it on. So like that's the only reason I don't say that doesn't.
Yeah.
count.
So all right. So I would probably say average yearly watch probably.
I'd say 40 million.
40 to 60.
Okay.
Because basketball is extremely
low. Okay, let me put it this way: it's probably 40 million who subscribe to the Sunday Ticket.
Oh yeah, easily.
That's probably that.
Maybe that's a little high of a number.
That's
40 million.
Because that's how they were trying. There was a guy who was breaking down all the math on it, and that's what it was an average of like 34 million users or something like that. And so he just divided it by how much Sunday Ticket costs, how much the settlement is, how you're going to break it down, if there's this amount of people and there's this amount of money.
Which is weird because users and people who pay for the platform are completely different. Like, I'm a user on my cousin's account who pays for Sunday Ticket.
No, yeah,
I don't have anything to do with the Sunday Ticket
you won't get
account.
Any compensation at all.
That's what I'm saying. No. So what are they basing it off of? Users versus how many people are actively playing
for... No, how many subscribers?
That's a lot of subscribers.
How many subscribers? Bro. I think that's what it is. Because, like I was telling you, so like there's a restaurant that doesn't necessarily have Sunday Ticket, right? But the guy could have Sunday Ticket already through his TV provider. Yeah. And he just adds on more extensions, more cable, or like more receivers or boxes.
Right.
And so in his restaurant, they're literally whatever he's playing at home, that's what's here. So if that's how he did it, he's clutch. Because he did the best of both worlds, you know? But if he registered underneath his restaurant, Buffalo Wild Wings is screwed. Buffalo Wild Wings is not going to get $1 back. Absolutely not.
So let me ask you, though.
Uptown has a good chance.
But if you register as your personal, right, there's got to be some guideline in that contract that you sign that says you can't use this for or business use, so it could fuck them that way.
I mean,
because you got to have a different account when you like business accounts at Comcast are a thing versus business like personal accounts. Of course, you know what I'm saying?
But that's like I was telling you is that like it's worth a try for the establishments.
It's worth a try, but like it could end up fucking them way worse in the long run.
No, they just won't be able to get the money.
Oh, your copyright infringements. You're not supposed to use that for business use as a personal account.
Not copyright. It's not copyright because they're not modifying it. They're already streaming a pre-stream service that they're paying for.
No, I get that, but what I'm saying is, if you, for instance, like the Lions game, for instance, last year, how like they shut down like all the people who didn't pay for like Imagine Theater couldn't play.
Oh yeah.
For instance, like that. Let's say now you pay for it on a personal use and then bring it to your establishment that you're not supposed to bring it to. For instance, like Imagine did because they didn't have the.
Well, they weren't. They were trying to do not the draft,
the playoff game.
Yeah.
What was it? They didn't have the right.
Didn't have the rights to NFL.
Rights to NFL, exactly.
That's it.
So, but that's different from using it as a personal use towards a business use. So if you have the right, like I had the right to watch that game at my personal house, but I didn't have the right to broadcast it to a bunch of people that were going to make money. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Exactly. It's a fine line.
That's what I'm saying. It's a very thin line, and I think the people are going to win no matter what.
Oh, 100%. I
don't think...
They already won. They just have to...
No, but I don't think that 3,700 settlements come in. And if that's what people said, that if the settlement does hit, it will not be paid out for 2 to 3 years.
I'd probably say even longer than that.
Some people said 5 years. That's what, because they're going to argue for 2 years. That's what people say. Bro.
It's going to go back and forth in court, appeals after appeal after appeal. You just paid your
lawyers $355 million. Y'all better get to work.
Bro, but how much did they make last year?
I can't even tell you.
That's like spending $355. No, I have no clue. But I would assume it's hundreds of billions of dollars.
I don't know about... I can for sure see $100 billion, but I don't know about hundreds of billions. How much did the NFL?
Bro, remember they sold those games to Netflix and shit for hundreds of millions of dollars to begin with. There was one game.
Wow.
How much?
Increase over. Okay, so. According to Forbes, there's been a 7% increase over last year's $11.1 billion that they're making.
So that means they probably made close to 13 this year.
So that's their goal, is that they're trying to make $25 billion annual revenue.
That's a lot of money, bro.
What's crazy is that everything they just did last year was worthless.
Because they have to pay it all away.
You see what I'm saying?
But
don't get me wrong, they did it 20 years before that. But
right, but is it really worthless? Because what I saw online was that each team's getting cracked. So, for instance, like the Lions, if this goes through, this settlement goes through, and they have to pay that a large amount of money, Lions have to pay like $200 and some odd million towards that settlement. So is the NFL really losing any money, or are they just charging all of their franchisees a large fee for this lawsuit? Because it's not only the NFL getting sued, it's all of the franchisees getting sued.
I'll read you right here. What the Sunday ticket could cost the Detroit Lions. The NFL is in some hot water legally over its handling of its popular Sunday subscription service, Sunday Ticket. Specifically, a jury of 8 recently found that the league broke antitrust laws by selling Sunday Ticket only on DirecTV, plus at an uncensored high price. The jury came to the conclusion by surmising that offering the service on only one provider and with an inflated price limited the number of subscribers and appealed to CBS. See what it says anything about the teams. What does it mean for the Lions?
Which I don't think is true anymore, because Sunday Ticket's definitely available on more than DirecTV.
You're right. Each team has to pay.
That's what I'm saying. So it's not really going to affect the NFL.
It means that each team will have to pay $440.25 million in damages, nearly $200 more than this year's salary cap. And our salary cap's at $255 million. Yeah. We're about to pay double that almost.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
So it's not affecting the NFL corporation in any sort of way. There's 32 NFL teams. Do that number times 32.
That's what I was just doing. I don't think it'll give me that big of a number, but that's only 1.35. No, that'd be.
No, that's $13.5 billion.
So they got interest. They got interest on top.
See, it's not going to cost the NFL corporation $1. It's going to cost all of their franchisees a huge portion of their profits from last year. They got to get some
incentive or something for that, bro.
Have to, and that's why they're appealing it, bro. Because
they're losing somewhere here.
Think about it. You think the Lions have $400 million to throw out?
They have $255 to spend on players.
Forget about the Lions. They might have it because they own the Ford Motors company. But you think Tampa Bay Buccaneers has got $400 million?
What about the Saints? What about Carolina Panthers?
Exactly.
Sold tickets for $38 at fucking front row.
Exactly. So I don't know, man. I don't know. It's gonna be a weird year, especially because like. For Detroit, it's like, we finally got a break. We made some good money last year. Like, sold out, and bam. Now you got to pay $400 million.
You know, it's ironic you say Tampa. I want to hop on a little different of a subject with you. We talked about it last week. Rapper Julio passed away a week and a half ago.
I don't even think that was a week and a half ago.
It was last week Saturday. Yeah. So 9 days ago, give or take, it happened.
Was it that?
It was last week Saturday. Not 2 days ago, but like the week before that. So it was 9 days ago.
Did we talk about it on our last podcast?
Yeah, we talked our Podscam?
Podscam.
Yeah, we talked about it a little, and so I obviously don't know what's confirmed, what's true, what's not true.
What do you need to know?
Well, I tried to dig into a little research, okay? And ever since Julio died, every single day...
29 plus murders in the last week.
No, there's been 108.
108?
108 in the past week. There's been an average of 14 to 19 shootings a day throughout Tampa.
Oh, I was talking about like people killed. 29.
No, I know. No, there's 108 people killed. There's 108 fatal homicides. And that's the thing. That's what I'm trying to figure out, is that I understand there's fatal homicides everywhere.
There's a war going on in Jacksonville.
How many people of these are tied right now? Because there's 2 gangs involved here. I don't know what either of them are called, but we're just gonna call them Julio and Ace.
They're ATK.
Who's who?
ATK, Ace. KTA, Julio.
Okay, so ATK has been beefing with
KTA, whatever.
KTA,
yeah, I think
right?
that's what it's
For a
called.
long time. There's about 4 or 5 head honchos, big bosses left on ATK, but on KTA, there's
They
only
just
2.
took out one.
Right, there's only 2 left. Julio was the main one left the whole time. Only person that's left is his brother. His brother got a new nickname after Julio died. His new nickname is Grim Reaper. And they're saying that because anyone, you didn't even have to shoot his brother. Anyone who's a part of ATK, they're getting off. They're knocking off. And they're just trying to balance out the score as much as they can. So I want to know how much of this is really related. And it's sad because...
It's all related, bro.
Well, okay, here, let me put it to you this way. It's a big thing that's happening in Detroit, and you don't really see it in places like Florida like that, in my opinion. But it's gentrification to the max. People who don't know that, it's where you take an overpopulated area with high crime, high poverty, low income, you take it all down for pennies on the dollar, rebuild it back up, and sell it at a top premium.
So yeah, you're seeing that in a lot of major cities. Jacksonville isn't one of them.
My point, or Tampa.
Tampa is coming back, bro.
So
Tampa is coming back.
So, my point. So I think that's why this is happening. I think there's a lot of people are saying that the police had something to do with Julio's murder.
So a lot of people don't realize too is that Tampa, it's a 4-hour drive to Jacksonville.
That's not just you.
It's
hop
not.
Over
It's like me and you, like saying we're gonna go to Mackinac Island
or Chicago
Chicago's
in
or Indiana or Kentucky in 3 extra hours or
go to
like this isn't me and you driving back to our houses. And
no, this isn't from the office back to the house.
Right.
This is a 4-hour drive that you're plotting the whole time.
Right, but to bring it all back now. Julio, I think wanted to die.
I told you about that last episode.
Yes.
In the last episode.
I looked into it further because he posted his address multiple times over the day.
No, that whole day.
That's what I'm saying. He in multiple different addresses. Mm-hmm. His Airbnb address, his club that he was performing at, the hotel he was staying at.
When he left the club, when he got to the hotel, it wasn't even about being that dumb and giving your location up is one thing, but to say that's where I'm staying, come catch me, bro. That's literally just like put a rat trap in front of the rat hole and just wait for the motherfucker to come out.
And I'm sure if they've listened this far and they're listening to us talk about Young and Ace, I'm sure they know who he is. And
of course,
heard his diss song that came out, Do It, and then Game Over, which Game Over.
Game Over, yeah, Game Over is the one that the feds are
going to be knocking.
What game's over?
But I don't know. It's a hard thing to wrap your head around because if I was Jacksonville PD, I might be happy that Julio's now out of the way because he was causing way more trouble in Jacksonville than Young and Ace. Young and Ace has been gone for years.
See, okay, here's the point that I was going to get at, is that's exactly my point about gentrification, is that I think that they don't understand what's really the end goal here. Is that, like, yeah, I understand you have to fight for your family and you have to support da-da-da-da, but if you guys all kill each other, there's no longer a hood. There's no longer a gang. You guys, your numbers have dwindled more than half.
You just saw it happen, bro.
Right. So
like KTA, whatever that is, like Game Over was because like there's no longer a war. Ace and his team think they won this war.
Yeah, that's it. It's done. Who else are they gonna beef with? And right, and if they did take him out, I'm sure a lot of other people fear them now. Cause like, damn, you drove 4 hours to take this motherfucker out on his birthday. Like you guys planned this. Like you premeditated this stuff. You planned this out weeks, months in advance. And that's why everyone's saying, I agree with you what you said the last episode. There have to be some kind of rat. Because I agree. Julio's an idiot for posting how much he did, showing how much he did. But to know when to spin the block and what car to spin the block on.
See, I don't think so, bro.
Because they said they were driving by. They said they...
So, after looking into it more, how I said there was a rat last episode, I don't think there was.
You don't think it was a girl? Everyone says it was this one girl.
Yes, I heard that. So... Julio posted his Airbnb where he was having like a party, right?
He got kicked out.
Mm-hmm. And then they went to the club.
Yep.
And he posted the club address. Everyone pull up to the club.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened then was the hotel he got shot at was 8 miles from the club.
No.
That's
across the street.
No. Different part. I watched the whole news thing.
That's what his manager said. I will have to check again.
It was 4 to 8 miles from the club. It wasn't right next to the club.
Okay.
I think Young and Ace's team pulled up to the club and didn't obviously go inside.
No, yeah, they waited.
And then they knew what car Julio was in.
Mm-hmm.
Because the way Fulio got shot looked like he was looking for a parking spot at the hotel.
Yeah.
So, I think they waited him, fouled him, and then, because I don't know if you noticed this, but Fulio didn't drink at all.
No, I know.
And for whatever reason, he was drinking that night. So, he obviously wasn't thinking the way that he usually thinks. So, maybe he was like...
Under the influence, intoxicated.
I'm 4 hours from home. No one's going to hurt me in Tampa type thing.
Because there's 3 people who are still alive. Well, actually, did any of those guys make it out?
In Ace's song, he said, they call me 3-in-1 sweep.
No, I think they made it out. I think there was at least one that made it out.
No, that's what I'm saying. 3 shot, 1 killed.
No, I know, but they were all in critical condition, though.
They all made it besides Fulio.
Okay. So that's what I thought I heard, is that as they were sitting in the car, waiting, 2 cars drove around in circles around the hotel. And on the 3rd time, that's when they skirted off, and then 3 cars came rolling deep. And that's when they did the drive-by and shot him up.
Yeah, I know they circled twice around the hotel. I did hear that. I don't know, man.
It was an army mission, bro.
It was an army mission. And for Fulio to be a rapper that famous in his own state, I can't believe he was driving the car and the first car around that corner.
Okay, so, I mean this in the most respectful way. I've seen a lot of drive-by shootings. I've seen a lot of pictures of them. I've heard a lot of stories about them. Eric, whoever shot at him...
Aim. They had aim.
Eric, that's a shooter.
3 critical condition, 1 dead, and the only one dead is the one you wanted dead.
To be dead. That's insane, because the side was barely hit.
Yeah, it was literally straight onto the windshield, and then a couple around.
Yeah, just spread around, just for shits and giggles. Yeah, we'll hit a couple more, but...
But you gotta think there was probably multiple people shooting at that car, so...
100%, but that's just...
So for them all,
just
we're going for the
one. Yeah. Lock on, right on the center fire. That's literally the definition of rain bullets. Let it rain. That's some scary shit. There's another topic I wanted to talk to you about. Here, I'll let you jump in about it a little bit more, about the inflation in groceries. So we got to talk about this a little bit more.
Should we tie it into our good old friend, our good old debate that we watched the other night?
Mr. Shitface.
Inflation in groceries, man. Where do you want to get me started? That last year, 3 years ago, I could go to the store and cash out for a whole week for $100, and now I can barely buy dinner for tonight and tomorrow night for $100.
That's exactly where I'd like to get you started. Is that
Wow.
I remember. This will go very. I'll loop it back in together, but just give me a second. I remember as a kid, about 2008, 2010. There's a corner store right by my house, mile away. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and that was recession time.
Right, and so this is 10 years ago. I would go up there on my bike, and I would get a full teenage, like an 8-year-old, 10-year-old breakfast for $3.
Yeah.
That means a honey bun, some chips,
and the drink,
and a snack on top, and some candy on top. So I got 4 items for $3 and some change.
Yeah.
Eric, I can barely get a bag of Takis for $3 now.
My man, candy bars are $2.29.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy, and that's why that's the thing that I don't know how well people are with math, but we'll break it down this way. They said that the average groceries that were $120 or $100 are now $120. But they're saying that recession's up 30%. So for people who don't understand, if you take...
That math ain't fucking mathing, bro.
Fucking mathing. If you take 30% of 100, that's $30. So how is inflation 120? The groceries should technically be 130, but even that's still wrong. Because like me and you were talking about, groceries you got 2021, it still wasn't cheap. No. But you got 50 more items for cheaper than what you're paying now.
And mind you, we're in the midst of COVID, 2021.
Literally.
And everyone was like, oh, prices are so up right now, blah, 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 blah.
People were hoarding shit. People if they saw a fresh drop of toilet paper, buy it all. Doesn't matter how much it costs.
I literally went to a client's house last week. She still had 25 things of toilet paper. She's like, this is COVID time.
That's Marsh with hand sanitizer.
I'm like, dude, what?
That's Marsh with hand sanitizer. She has, maybe a couple gallons of it, of just hand sanitizer. And she went through, liters of it. And she's obsessed with that. She thinks that's the number one thing. But...
Hey, to each their own.
I agree. I think that kills more germs or destroys more germs than kills germs, There's germs on your body that you need.
It's better than doing nothing.
I agree. But I just think it's crazy that, I want... If there's anyone that has done any online purchases in the past, DoorDash, Uber Eats...
Kroger delivery,
Walmart delivery, any of that kind of stuff, I want you to go take a look at your receipts from 2021, even 2020 if you can't go that far.
Even look at 2022.
Yeah, and then compare it to right now and just look at the difference of items and the cost. You'll see that your cost is higher now and lower items.
It's like double the price now. 30% weight.
My point, like that's the thing. Back in the day, we would go and we would load up on groceries. $300 worth of groceries would fill up the fridge.
2 weeks.
Yeah, it would fill up the fridge, it would fill up the pantry, and it was enough. It would get you drinks, it would get you everything you need. We go to the grocery store, it's just $150 just on fruits and vegetables. There's no meat.
And you can't even make it through the week.
Yeah.
You're like, what did I buy? Like,
no, literally. It's like I spent $127, and all I have is carrots, broccoli, radish, cucumbers, onions, and then a couple other things. No meat, no
some
alcohol.
shit that you put in the food to make.
Literally. And not even the main dish. It's
Right,
not even the meat or anything like that.
It's not even the protein, not even the good shit. It's like the onions
just a
and
salad.
Yeah.
Just a little salad. That's one thing my mom said is that it's. I don't know if you've ever noticed that, but
Salad. Healthy food is a lot more expensive than.
It doesn't even matter about that. Salads right now are one of the most expensive items on the restaurant menu because, romaine has gone up. I think 400%. Romaine is lettuce.
Yeah.
Some people, romaine lettuce used to be I think
$3.79.
No, it was like $3.49 a pound for the pack. You get that big.
Oh,
pack.
I was talking about like a head.
No, I'm talking about the big pack. It comes like 3 heads. It's
Okay.
like $3.49.
Yeah.
I believe that's like $8 now.
Probably more than that, bro.
Realistically, that's nuts. That's a 300% increase right there.
I went to go buy steak last night.
You're a rich man. You're living.
I didn't buy it.
Oh, that's I would have went too then.
I said ribeye for $15 a pound, or not even a pound. It was like $15 a steak.
That's lit.
I was like,
that's
no,
a good deal.
No, man, no.
Per steak?
Man, my spot by the airport.
Yeah.
I got fillets for $13.
There's a spot over there.
VC's.
Oh.
That grocery store.
Yeah, I know about it. That business about to go out of business.
Forget about all their shit. They sell the best meat in Michigan.
You think better than Aldi?
Way better than
I know,
Aldi, bro.
yeah.
Well,
Aldi's
I had to
all
think
frozen
for a second,
shit.
bro.
Are
I was
we
like,
talking about the same Aldi? You talking about the same
fuck
Aldi?
are we talking about? I'd put it hand in hand with the meat market, not to get too far off topic, bro. $13. I got 2 fillets the other day.
Good.
That's cheap. Yeah.
Not all fat.
No, good. I don't like steak with fat in it.
Yeah, that's me too.
That's why I don't buy That's why I buy fillets because they don't have fat in them.
You can't do strips or anything like that.
I can, but I end up cutting all the fat out of it. I'm weird.
It's like this, and you just cut it around.
I don't like fat. No,
you got half the steak going.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I just buy the shit that's
a pound and a half steak, and you got barely a pound of meat.
Right. Half of it's just fat.
No, it's interesting because I'm really curious to see on. Because we've seen inflation before. We've seen snacks go from $3 to $3.20 or $3 to like $3.50, but to go from 3 to 6.
Not this bad in this short amount of time.
My point, from to go to 3 to 6 or 3 to 5 in like a year, bro, what's next? Like how much am I about to pay for some Ritz crackers?
Not even on top of that, gas is nearly $4 a gallon in Michigan. I know in
$5.50.
California it's a lot more.
It's
so
$5.50, almost 6 again.
Exactly. Bro.
It's almost 6 again.
I wouldn't say that. I would say it's more. Our friend who was just in Cali posted a photo at a gas station, and it was like $6.50 behind him.
Is that what he posted?
Yeah, it was a couple weeks ago.
The average gas price in California right now is $4.80 all the way
Whoa.
to $5.20.
It must have dropped significantly, but I did notice yesterday that gas prices around here dropped because I paid $3.60 on Friday, and my girl filled up yesterday for like $3.19.
In the last month, it dropped 30 cents in California. In the last month, it went down from $4.70. It used to be $5.05, $5.06. That was 1 month ago.
What part of Cali are you looking at?
Average. California average gas price.
All right,
so it brings up everything.
So if you go into LA, I bet you're paying $6 a
$5.50.
gallon. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
It's crazy to see that like that's how everything's just coming down. Bro.
Which is the complete opposite. If you go to Detroit, you're paying cheap on gas
No,
here.
just look for the green lights.
Green lights, you're risking life, but you're getting cheap gas, baby.
That's Eric's
it's
favorite
worth it.
right there. Eric knows about them spots.
Pontiac's even better because you're not risking life as much. And you still get that cheap gas.
Crazy out there.
I mean, they are, but it's not like they're not doing it at the extent
station,
Detroit is doing it. Yeah,
not the gas.
You got to really do something wrong in Pontiac
That's
to
what I'm
get.
saying.
Yeah,
Because I have a couple of buddies who grew up there, and they're telling me like
it's not bad.
It's gangland. It's gangland out there, but no one's just.
But they leave you alone if you're
Yeah.
doing your own thing.
Yeah.
It's not like Detroit. You'll catch a stray just for being in the wrong area at the
Straight
wrong
up.
time.
Or just opening
Or
your mouth.
driving down the fucking freeway
Mhm.
nowadays and cutting someone off.
God forbid. That's me right there.
Bro, you gotta be. That's a different
'Cause I
topic.
drive
But there was over
crazy.
100 and something amount of.
I know. This year.
Yeah,
For,
this year alone.
road rage incidents.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
That's why they're trying to put cameras up and down the
I can't
expressways.
have all that. I can't have all that.
Because people,
I'll be getting-
innocent people are dying,
I'll
man.
get
Because
tickets every week,
these
Eric.
people in their Chargers are like pull up, just cutting people off. They get cut off once, like, oh hell no. Bam, 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 bam,
Oh
bam.
my god.
That's how it rolls, man.
I want to tie back a little bit back into what you were saying, the debate. What a shit show.
I got a 6 handicap.
I mean, mine's 8 actually.
Well,
Mine-
you can drive 50 yards. That's what Trump's.
No, no,
I
no.
can't believe
I
they were
just want you
arguing.
to understand that I'm supported by Border Patrol and
Uh-huh.
by every police station.
Oh.
Every single one.
Oh.
They don't stand with you.
Oh.
But
But
I
is that why you needed your wife's hand to walk down the stage?
I just think it's ironic because when he said that,
I was laughing.
When Biden said that second, Border Patrol,
Did you see what they tweeted?
they tweeted, "We do not support him. Do not believe whatever he says. We do not stand with this man. We've always supported President Trump." He got called out. He had 9 different lies throughout that whole debate. Even CNN is going against him.
I can't keep up because CNN says one of them's lying, the next news station says the next one's
They're
lying.
all
It's
lying.
like, who's fucking lying? Who's
You're all
telling
liars,
the truth?
you motherfuckers.
By what I've heard the last week is Biden's brain rot, dead. Trump's a liar. Everything that was said was a
No
lie.
one cares about the country.
No one cares about the country, and that we look the weakest to everyone that.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
My favorite thing ever, there was times where he would hear things from like what Trump would say, and it's as if like he had no idea about it, right? Exactly. Show the camera. It's like, that me? I did that? So when Trump goes, this is my favorite one. And it's crazy to see that you that you want to say you support our country, yet we have veterans on the street and we're sending $200 billion to Ukraine.
Who
That's-
sent through?
That's the look of, I thought it was only 2. Who said 200? Who's been sending 200?
Who put the extra zeros on that?
What's going on here? That's literally my mom and I were dying watching it. And I'm like, bro, this guy literally has no idea. Like, literally, you said 200. As if someone just said dog or squirrel.
And I'm not a fan of Biden at all. Political side, views aside, whatever. But it's honestly sad to see a video of him talking 10 years ago than seeing him now. Like 10 years ago, he knew how to talk. He knew how to debate. He knew how to speak. It's just so sad. Not even like I can't support him. I don't support him, but it's sad seeing that we put someone in charge of our country who can barely form a sentence, who can't walk downstairs by himself, who can't.
What's even more sad about it is there's people who support this person. And they say, that's my president. That's the sad thing because you're just as disabled as he is.
And the people that support him, I've came to realize, they don't support him.
No, they just
They
hate
just
Trump.
don't like fucking Donald Trump.
That's exactly what it is.
They
So,
do not like Donald
my
Trump.
mom has a couple friends like that. And she's like, why won't you vote for Trump? And she's like, wait, haven't you seen how bad the country has been
I have
the
a
last
couple
4
family
years?
members like that,
Yeah,
man.
like, haven't you seen how bad it's been the last 4 years?
I don't care. I do
No.
not like that fucking.
I'd rather have it be like this than vote for Trump.
To each their own. Like we said, to
But
each
we
their
need to
own.
We're struggling.
I
We are
get that, but to
struggling
each
right
their
now.
own, bro. I can't argue with someone about their own
Well,
stupidity.
that's my point because they don't even get it.
Yeah,
They don't even
yeah.
understand it. And I think that's the
But-
very interesting part is like because you were saying 10 years ago, he was not a senator, but what was Biden's position?
Senator.
Oh, he was
Before vice president.
Yeah, he was
yeah,
senator.
yeah.
He ran shit, bro.
Delaware, I think.
Yeah, he ran.
Like he was legit, even when he was vice president for Barack Obama. I'm not saying I'm biggest Barack Obama fan, but
legit.
they
He
did a
held-
good job,
he
bro.
held it down, bro.
They did a good
if
job.
He scammed, he got away with it, bro. He
Yeah.
didn't put it in your face and be da 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 da. They did it clean, but now it's just like you guys are idiots just as much as me, and if I do it, I do it.
like personally, I think there should be a threshold on age to be president. Like 35, yeah, you can't be
so
any
you think
young.
from how old?
I don't think you should be over 75 years old.
Well, so that's what I was just about to say is that it's ironic that Trump is 78.
He'll be 82 after the end of next term, and Biden's 82 right
Biden
now.
is 82. I promise you, if you didn't know who either man was, and I showed you a picture, and you said how old is each person, you would say Biden's 80 and Trump's 70, without a
Yeah.
doubt. You didn't even say Trump's 65. He looks good. For a man who eats straight, I'll tell you, personally, the dude eats nothing but McDonald's and Diet Coke.
He's not healthy. I look at him.
At all. But he is moving like a racehorse, and he looks good like a racehorse. He's genuinely glowing. He talks confidently. He moves well.
That's part of it. I don't think Biden's very confident in being president.
I don't think so
He was super confident being vice president, being senator, because you could see it in the way he talked.
Mm-hmm.
As
now,
a president,
the leader.
it's like...
and the American and people.
And I gotta say, it's probably part of it to do that. He's 82 fucking years old.
82.
And he hasn't lived a normal life, let's say. He's been under a extreme amount of pressure, extreme amount of stress ever since he was 30 years old, 35 years old.
He hasn't been winning since.
He hasn't been winning, man. So, I mean, I'm not saying I support him, but I kind of feel bad for the guy that they're...
He's an 82-year-old man, bro. It's your grandpa. That's like the dude literally shits himself on stage and then, like, falls over and, oh, I'm okay.
Right, bro. So let me ask you.
I feel sad for him.
Let me ask you. I've been hearing a lot since the debate. Do you think Biden will be the front runner for the Democrat Party this year, or do you think they're going to end up polling him in the next month or so?
That's conspiracy shit. As much as I want to believe it, but it's not going to happen.
They say Miss Michelle Obama might be next.
It won't be.
It's too late, I think, in the game to pull him this.
I don't even think that. I just don't think they have enough gun power behind anyone. Like, they would have to just bring in the most, like... They would bring Kim Kardashian in a sense. Like, someone with that kind of stature, where it's like, oh my god, I'm going to vote for her just because it's Kim. You know, like, that's the only way they would win.
Turn Kanye Democrat or something.
Along those lines. Like, even then, I don't think that's enough.
No. He tried that already and didn't get
you know, like, there's a couple people... Everyone's saying it's going to be Kamala. Or, is it Pamela or Kamala? Kamala Harris. She hasn't been seen in the last 3 months. Everyone thinks it's because they're getting ready to take him down, impeach him, and she's going to take over. And then she's going to run. That's the thought process. Is because she's been the one running everything. That's why we haven't seen her anywhere. So he's the showboat. He's the puppet. Because he has to be. He's the president. She can't go talk for him.
Right.
But she can go make every decision for him without, anyone knowing. Because think about it. Like, when is the last time you saw her? She disappeared like Diddy. Last I heard, Diddy's out there rafting, whitewater rafting.
You want my fucking answer?
What?
When the last time I saw her was?
What?
4 fucking years ago, because that's the last time I paid attention to anything he said.
No, for real, bro. But even then, like, I haven't seen her going to any of his events. She's never in the news for anything.
But I will say this. She never really was. She was always really under the radar since the front.
Not in the beginning, Eric. I disagree here. Not in the beginning. She wanted his job. And she wanted to throw him under the bus.
Yeah, and remember the first year and a half, 2 years of presidency? We all thought she was the most idiotic person in the world.
Yes, she's a drug addict. She's sitting there high on opioids. She's there on painkillers.
I haven't heard much about her in the last 2 years, so it's hard to say.
It's the same thing with Pence and Trump. Pence was just low-key because he hated Trump. He disagreed with everything on Trump.
How the fuck did he land that job, bro? I'm trying to figure that out.
Trump gave him a chance. And Pence was like, yeah, you know what? I'm against you. Bet. I'll remember that. I'll be running against soon. Don't worry. And you won't be picked.
Yeah, no, he's not.
You won't be picked.
All right, so last topic we touched on who we thought would be vice president.
Oh, yes.
It didn't come about.
No, it did not
come about in the debate like everyone made it out to seem like it would.
The debate was a shit show. They couldn't even answer the questions itself.
Let me ask you a question.
6 out of 10.
Not even that. Did you like the fact that they couldn't talk over each other?
Absolutely not.
I didn't really like it either.
It's suppressing freedom of speech. They already... Them together, this is the best way I can explain it. For anyone who did not watch the debate, imagine this. You're 4 years old, and your older brother or older sister is 7. You're trying to convince your mom that your 7-year-old sibling did it. And your 7-year-old sibling is trying to convince your mom that you did it. That's exactly how I felt watching the podcast. It's two toddlers.
You mean the debate?
Yes, I'm sorry. What did I say?
I mean, you probably feel that way watching our podcast, too.
Oh, was that what I said?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Whoops. My bad. No, this is we're on the podcast. But no, the debate. Watching the debate, it makes you genuinely feel as if it's two toddlers going, he did it, he did it, he did it. No, Mom, he did it, he did it. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
I agree with you to disagree. Yeah. I didn't like it, but I also liked it in the same part.
It's clean.
Because it kept it clean. I could really understand. Like, I could hear them fucking talk for once. Because last presidential debates, they just go at each other. You can never hear what they're saying.
As you're talking right now, I'm going to be talking, and then we're going to talk
exactly, and then I'm going to say you're wrong, and then... It's annoying. I liked how I liked how they did the microphone thing, and I also liked how Biden didn't go and address any of the questions that were previously said by Trump, but Trump addressed everything.
No, he didn't, bro.
Yes, Biden would say something, and Trump would be like, "I'm gonna address this, then address your question."
Yeah, but it took him 2 minutes first. He would go through the whole thing, and then once he got back to the next question, he'd be like, "Oh, and bring back on childcare. I think it's very important," but Biden doesn't think that.
And that's what leads me to my next point, is I feel like they let Trump talk. They let his ass talk. They did not cut him off once, I don't think.
And they said, would you like to comment on that again?
How many times did they cut off Biden? Like,
every time.
You got 30 seconds left. You got 80 seconds left.
And that's enough comment.
And Biden, you got 80 seconds left. Are you sure you want to finish talking?
My man's got a minute.
It's like, my man, give that to Trump. He'll speak some facts, maybe truth, maybe lies. He's a salesman. That's what I like about him.
100%.
He could sell you water if there was a fucking lake in front of you.
100%. Let's bring it on to a different topic, our final topic.
We're bringing on clothes.
Before we mention what it is, how do you feel about it? Are you
Okay.
I think it's the stupidest thing ever, and they wasted money.
I don't agree with you.
Wow. Okay, so what asked the people? As of last Friday or Saturday?
One of the days.
Friday or Saturday was
last week.
It was the beginning of the NBA draft.
It wasn't over the weekend.
It wasn't?
No, because I wouldn't have watched it. I watched Bronny get drafted.
Oh, okay.
So it was Wednesday or Thursday, I think.
So it was multiple days.
Yeah.
On the second round of the NBA draft.
55.
Round 2.
Pick 55.
Pick number 55. The Los Angeles Lakers selected
Bronny James.
And I think it's very interesting to see on how, why, when, what. Because all the memes I saw was every Lakers fan right now is pulling his hair out of his head. But like I told you, LeBron's going to be retiring next year. If he's playing with his son, that's going to be his last year. He's going to play with him one time, show him how it's done, trying to guide his footsteps, and that's going to be it.
So to piggyback on that statement, I agree with you. Maybe not this year, next year for sure.
At the latest?
Yeah. Because Bryce James said something about Bryce was answering questions all week and like, do you think you'll get to play in the NBA with your dad? And
you mean Bronny?
No, Bryce. Bryce is the younger one.
Yeah.
Bryce was like, someone asked Bryce, do you think you'll
basketball.
get? And he was, no. What do you mean? Bryce is way better than Bronny.
There's 3 of them, right?
Bro, no. The third one's a girl. Oh. She's very young. Very young.
I thought one of the sons didn't enjoy basketball.
Bryce. I'm not sure what his daughter's name is, but Bryce is way better than Bronny. Like Bryce's stock is crazy compared to Bronny's. But anyway, someone asked Bryce if he thought he would play in the NBA with his dad, and he said, "My dad won't be around then." So to piggyback on that statement, a lot of people aren't happy with the Lakers' choice of selecting
Bronny, Bryce, and Zuri.
Zuri's a girl,
yes.
Correct? Okay.
She's 9.
Okay. So, a lot of Lakers fans were not happy with selecting Bronny.
At all.
But what a lot of people don't realize is that Bronny in college was a way better player than LeBron was in college.
But now it's not a fair comparison.
It's not.
Because 20 years ago, the competition was on a whole different level.
Right, it's not. But to say that Bronny, because a lot of people are saying that Bronny only scored 4.9 points average per game this year. Mm-hmm. But a lot of people aren't taking into consideration, this kid almost died last year. He had a cardiac arrest. Yeah. He wasn't supposed to see
another day.
Mm-hmm. Like, he came back from dead, continued to play college basketball, averaging 5 points a game almost. And then that was 5 more points than LeBron averaged in a game in college.
100%.
Which I'm not saying it's not. You can't compare the two. But with a father like LeBron, I don't think Bronny will fail. Because LeBron is very involved.
I think it's the other way around. I think Bronny will nowhere near live up to the standard of his dad.
It's hard to live up to the number one standard.
No, it's not even that. He won't even be top 10. Bronny will not even be a talked about.
I agree with you because not many people are going to be able to do what LeBron did in his career.
It's not
all-time
it's not
scorer.
No, you have to put yourselves in right now time. Put yourself in right now. Right now's time. The competitive level is insane. I agree. There's not as many people putting up as many numbers as people, but it's because it's now truly a team sport. So you have a dunker, you have a shooter. You have a passer, you have a runner. It's not just one guy who has to take all 4 skills, which was LeBron. He could shoot. He could dunk. He could play defense. He could play offense. He could dribble. He could run. He could do all that. But now they have it really spread up. That if we get this guy into the paint, done. If we get this guy in the corner, he's shooting threes every time.
It's hard to say, man. It's hard to say because how many college athletes have you seen that were shitty in college that came out and be the fucking best ever? Yeah, so it's hard to say what Bronny's gonna do. I know for a fact that
what's his name?
Kevin Durant.
DeMar DeRozan and who's the guy from the Chicago?
James Harden. No. Michael Jordan.
Derrick Rose.
I'm not a big basketball
Derrick
guy.
Rose.
But it's hard to say, man, because you really, truly don't know what Bronny's going to do in the league. Especially because he has the money. He has the people around him. He has the dad who's going to push him.
That's what I was just about to ask. Is that how much, in your opinion, how much of a pressure do you think that adds on him? That not only is he playing on the same team with his dad, but his dad's LeBron James. So, like, that's what everyone's saying is that, like, when he gets into the locker room and Bronny fucks up and shoots the game-winning three and misses it, not only is he going to get yelled at, he's going to go home and get his ass beat.
So I think that's where a lot of people are wrong.
You think he's going to let him be and let him learn his mistake and be like, that's what you get?
At the end of the day, LeBron is LeBron James. But I don't think he's really LeBron James when he gets home. Based off the interviews I've seen and everything.
That was the whole thing.
Like, yeah, he's going to be... Exactly. He's going to be hard on Bronny.
I can't repeat it.
He's going to be hard on Bronny. But at the end of the day, man... He can't compare Bronny to himself because Bronny didn't want to be himself. Like, if Bronny wanted to be LeBron James, he would have went a lot harder in high school. He would have, like Bryce is doing. Like,
everything would have been different.
Yeah, everything would have been different. He doesn't want to play basketball for 25 years like his dad did and be the number one scorer. He doesn't have to.
No, he doesn't. But
he just...
But is that going to be his career path? Is that you think he's going to play for another 10, 15, 20 years almost?
Man, it's hard to say. When LeBron got in the league, no one thought he would play for 20 years.
No
one thought Stafford would still be playing, man.
That's what Brady.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
6 rings later.
Brady started before me and you were born. Before you were born, he probably started right around when I was born. Yeah, but like he just retired when I was 24 years old.
I think he graduated in 2001 from Michigan. I think
2001 or 2000. You're right around there. That's what I'm saying. So like, who? And Brady was a 6th-round draft pick. He wasn't supposed to be who he was.
Right. Pick number, 170?
Brock Purdy, last draft pick in the NFL draft. He just went to the Super Bowl last year.
Getting paid.
Bro, Brock Purdy makes less than $400,000 a year.
Oh, you're right. He's still on a rookie
contract.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's hard to say. Like, everyone's doubting Bronny really bad. But, like a lot of people are misconcepting. This guy wasn't supposed to live a year ago.
No, 100%. I just think that's sports in general. It's the same thing. Me and you watch football. How did you not catch that? I
wouldn't catch half the balls I'm yelling at him
we wouldn't be able to keep up with them. Eric,
I would have got smoked at the line on my ass,
He would have pushed you on the floor and said, all right, ball.
That's what I'm saying. So it's easy for me and you to go, yeah, Bronny sucks. Bronny's this, and that. But, like, I can't make 1 out of 5 threes. He's probably making 4 out of 5.
Yeah. You put me 1-on-1. I'm not
right. Like, he's and I think his potential's a lot more, just being that he's playing with his dad. His dad has endless resources for LeBron.
Yeah, no, he's already built it up for
Bronny. And something weird happened with his agent, but we'll leave that for next episode.
Yeah, we'll talk about. There's a lot of weird shit happening right now during the draft.
Yeah.
But we'll leave it at that for now. You know, I think it was a great episode.
It was good.
We finished our drink.
We both finished?
I think so.
Usually I'm the only one finishing over here. No, don't play with me.
Cheers, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're going to come back next time. And we'll have to get you some more information next week. Tune back. We'll be back
Monday.
What is that, July 8th?
Something
like that. Today's July 1st.
It's in July.
Yeah, July. You'll see this, all right?
After the 4th of July.
Everyone have a safe 4th of July. We'll talk to you guys soon, all right?